love stopping by hidden gems on the South Side.
Head to our website to check out past Southside faves.
If you don't see your favorite spot, let us know your suggestions.
All you have to do is follow us on Facebook at Chicago's Best TV.
Then comment on our wall and let us know where we should go next.
Firstly, I have to mention the fact that I'm honored because you are on people's lists of the most talked about chefs in Chicago.
I really respect what you guys do at the network, and we're excited to be here.
You guys have a beautiful spot there in Hyde Park.
We love the idea that we're in Hyde Park's neighborhood because Hyde Park happens to be one of the most diverse and inclusive neighborhoods in Chicago.
The other thing that I love, which seems to be a recurring theme when we talk about Southern-influenced style restaurants, is your big role model for the way you cook and for your recipes.
My grandmother's my role model. My mother was a really good cook as well. I've done extensive research about food in the South, the Great Migration, how that food traveled from the South to here, how food has traveled from Africa and the impact that it's made. So if we started talking about the pathways and my influences, it would be a show all in itself.
Dude, I'm here for that. I'm astonished and inspired by the amount of grandmothers out there who have taken people like yourself and given Chicago a great food scene based off of what they did in their humble kitchen.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive thing. And as it relates to Southern cooking, most specifically, which is what we cook, women influence cooking greatly. And so as we look at African-American cooks who were the cooks of our country for many, many years, African-American women played a very, very major role in not just cooking the food, but slaughtering the food, preparing the food, and giving us all a finished product. They should be recognized, with a great amount of admiration. I mean, it's grandparents, great-grandparents, our ancestry as a whole. They did a lot for us to be able to eat as well as we eat today.
What kind of traditional dishes that can people expect when they come into Virtue?
We have a broad assortment of dishes that represent the South. I'm happy to be able to talk about our herb-crusted salmon.
Let's talk about the salmon.
So we've got this delicious king salmon that I'm going to encrust with herbs. So these herbs are chives and a little bit of basil, parsley, and tarragon. So I've just added corn, hominy, red bell peppers, and a touch of butter. And that butter has a little bit of basil in it.
For those people who don't know what hominy is, it's part of the corn family, right?
Yes, it is. And it's a much denser corn than the corn that we generally grow to eat fresh off of the cob. There's a process that allows you to soften that corn, and it gives you almost a potato texture. Now we can see how the tomatoes are starting to release their juices, and that can integrate with the juices of the corn and that butter. So the preparation time for a dish like this is probably closer to 30, 45 minutes. But the actual cooking process is a little bit under 15 minutes. So this is our salmon once it comes out of the oven.
It looks
We're
great.
going to sit that to the side, and we're going to add a touch more basil butter to our corn. So we have a little bit of corn puree, which is just corn that we've sauteed with a little onion and corn until it's tender. And then we puree it until it's a smooth puree. Now I'm going to add a little bit of lemon.
Oh my goodness.
So,
feast your eyes on that, guys. I'm gonna jump into this. It's a powerhouse of flavors.
Well, it's not one-dimensional, and that's important to me. So I'm looking to get bold flavors through very subtle techniques so that the dish feels very approachable, but it gives you a lot in each bite.
The whole entire composition is dynamite. I could focus on any one of these things and be happy. I also understand you're doing cocktails to go as well right now.
We're very grateful that we're in a position to serve to-go cocktails, and so we feature those each night that we're open. We also have spent a lot of time on our wine program and our craft cocktails while dining in the space. And so please, if you decide to take takeout, don't forget to get a cocktail as part of your takeout package.
It's not a case of forgetting it, it's an obligation. If you want to experience a meal from Virtue, you got to go with the cocktails as well. What is it you think about what you do at Virtue, the food you're serving, your grandma-inspired recipes that makes you one of Chicago's best?
I can't tell you what makes me Chicago's best. I show up to work every day, I work really hard, I work with my team, and we've been fortunate enough that people take notice to what we do and the energy that we put into it. So I'm humbled by the process.
Patience isn't a virtue when you go to Virtue, because you're not going to be patient for anything. You're just going to want to dive in and stay there forever. Wow. It's gorgeous.